I have the best job in the world right now. I've been holding on to this secret for months and then I left it in the bathroom 20 minutes ago. But I have it. We are here tonight to celebrate the elemental power of storytelling in a place of unbroken stories. And I would like to begin tonight by honouring the global network of writers who are doing the vital frontline work of pinning words to the page. Let us honour our truth tellers, fact checkers, and dauntless poets. Let us honour our war correspondents and political reporters, our bloggers and essayists. Let us honour our historians and archivists, our dissident novelists, our climate scientists who are reporting from the sharp edge of planetary oblivion. And let us honour our memory keepers, the elders who are passing stories down the line, who are keeping our past alive. When our leaders fail us and our orthodoxies fail us and grief and terror threaten to drown us, it is our writers who pick up their pens. They are our bulwark against forgetting, our conscience and our imagination, our engines of discourse. They are brave and they are necessary. It is a deep and mighty privilege to stand here tonight in a room of Australian writers. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your words. And now to the delicious prize-giving part of the evening. They say what happens in the judging room stays in the judging room. That is the first rule of literary prizes, the cardinal rule, the sacred pact of the locked door, otherwise known as mutually assured destruction of unbridled honesty. But tonight, with the permission of my fellow judges, I am going to break that rule. This year was an extraordinary year for women and non-binary writers, and I think that something extraordinary happened behind our locked door. Heading into our final deliberations, we resolved that passion, rather than denigration, would drive our final decision. We were determined to finish our Stella year with hearts full, rather than bloodied knuckles. And so we used our time together to consider every book on our shortlist as if it were the winner. It was a process of rigorous exaltation, and it was glorious. We indulged our enthusiasms. We luxuriated in sentence craft and the elaborate mechanics of plot. We analysed and contextualised. We imagined the conversations that each book might start, the doors it might open for new readers. We asked hard questions, mighty questions of the books and ourselves and our country. We talked about how each book had reached us, seen us, changed us, shaken us, bruised and healed us. And we read our favourite passages aloud, held the words in our mouths. And then we did it again. 6 books, 6 winners, 6 hours of deliberation, and not a disparaging word. It was our abiding hope that our Stella winner would emerge from these discussions organically by virtue of its accomplishments. And it did. At the end of our 6 hours, I said, the winner of the 2024 Stella Prize is, and we finished that sentence together unanimously. It was a moment of, thank you. It was a moment of communal joy, and we are so rarely given the chance, the time to have smart, unbounded conversations about storytelling and art making and the big, wild world. My profound thanks to everyone at Stella who made that conversation possible, but most importantly to our magnificent shortlist of authors who fueled our conversational fire. They are all here tonight, and so thank you, Katya Ariel, for The Swift Dark Tide. What a deep pleasure it was to surrender to the sensory richness of your memoir and its intergenerational compassion. Thank you, Catherine Brabham, for Body Friend. You gave voice to things we had only felt in our bones and never known how to say. Thank you, Emily O'Grady, for Feast. How we revelled in the menace of your book, the delicious discomfort, the moral murk. Thank you, Sonia Rushdie. For the candour and grace of Hospital. It was a privilege and a quiet revelation to sit with your narrator and share her mind. Thank you too to Aranava Singh for your potent translation. Together, the two of you have enriched Australian letters. Thank you to Hayley Singer for Abandon Every Hope. We read your passages in astonishment. Every sentence, every paragraph, every essay, you shook our ethical cages, but also our art-making brains. And thank you, Alexis Wright, for Praiseworthy. What a book you have made, expansive, soul-rattling, life-affirming, history-making, and so deeply funny. Please join me in celebrating our 2024 shortlist once again. I owe my greatest and dearest thanks to my judging panel. To Eleanor Jackson, Bram Presser, Yves, Rees and Cheryl Leavy. You are my Stella Prize. Thank you for your generosity, your intelligence, your care and your friendship. I think our decision should be announced in the manner in which it was made. So please. Yeah, I almost made it. The winner of the 2024 Stella Prize is Alexis Wright. We should have practiced. Yeah. Praiseworthy. Great. Come on, up you come. Yeah. Please, Cheryl. Praiseworthy is a canon crusher. It demands and defies comparison. Ulysses, Don Quixote, Moby Dick, Crime and Punishment, the Iliad. These are the kinds of colossal, towering texts that come to mind when considering the literary heft and accomplishment of Alexis Wright's fourth novel. But Praiseworthy leaves them all sputtering in the Anthropocene dust. For starters, it has way better jokes. Praiseworthy is a book for our time and a book for all times, an epic of every when. It is mighty in every conceivable way, mighty of scope, mighty of fury, mighty of craft, mighty of humour, mighty of language, mighty of heart. Praiseworthy is not only a great Australian novel, perhaps the great Australian novel. Yeah. It is also a great one-year novel, and it is written in the wild hope that one day all Australian readers might understand just what that means. I do not understand, not yet, but I can feel history calling to me in these pages, calling to all of us. Imagine if we listened. Please join me in congratulating Alexis Wright.